Last Request Barbecue. This time is a super simple pasta. And I'm taking advantage of my father-in-law's cherry tomatoes, which grew by literally the hundreds. So I was kind of looking for a recipe that I could take advantage of their freshness because they're just explode in your mouth, fresh, delicious. So I found this really neat recipe that I'm going to mix, and it features lots of basil. Basil goes on top. We're going to take this passata and we're going to actually reduce it in half, put in some garlic. We're going to make some delicious multicolored pasta just for some fun. The beauty in this one is the simplicity in the execution and the fineness of the touch. So let's get going. Let's get started with all this. So there's a whole bunch of things that happen and come together to make this wonderfulness happen. So the first thing, grab your favorite bottle of passata, and what we're going to do is actually reduce the passata in half. So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in our pan, which is kind of going, and then we're actually going to put the passata in, and it's going to reduce 50%. There we go. Now while that's doing that, we're going to add in a few spices. We're going to put in this Cattleman's Italiano, which has got its own salt. There we go. Little Cattleman's Italiano, very nice. Stir that in. And then we're going to put some garlic in it. And this is going to be interesting, because what we're going to do is cut the garlic, comme ça. We're going to give it a pop, and we're going to drop it right in. Pour these in. We'll get the shells afterwards. Let that sit and simmer. Not brought to you by Proper 12, but I'm trying Proper 12 today, which is an MMA guy's Conor McDonald. Is it Conor McDonald? I don't know, you guys correct me in the comments. But anyway, Proper 12. It's a pretty good Irish, I love now Irish whiskeys. I do some work for the Irish government, so I've been over to Ireland a bunch of times, and I've come to really love Irish whiskey, so I'm having some tonight while I cook. Cheers, by the way, cheers. All right, now in here, what we want to do is put our delicious, look at those, look at that color, our delicious cherry tomatoes. So we're going to cut a bunch of these in half, and we're going to sear them almost to being burnt. Almost. You're going to have a nice blackness. So we're basically going to blacken them. All right, so what we're going to want to do is put olive oil in this pan and start placing our tomatoes. Comme ça. Okay. And by the way, all props, Conor McGregor. There we go, not Conor. What did I say, Conor McDonald? Conor McGregor. Proper 12. Pretty good drinking whiskey. Doesn't really punch you in the snout, like certainly like Conor would. So it's kind of an average drinking whiskey. It's good. All right, our passata here is being reduced. And what we want to also do now is grab a little salt and pepper into here. Again, there's already salt, but this is a mix of salt and pepper. There we go. All right, so now what we want to do is grab some basil from our basil plant, which is looking a little hurting, but we get some nice basil pieces here. And you want some big, big pieces of basil and just kind of lay them into each other. And if you have a live basil plant, the best thing is to just pinch off parts of the basil as opposed to rip off entire stems. What we want to do is cut this basil super, super fine. Let's see how fine I can cut it. That is probably not Michelin chef fine, but I'm a barbecue, I'm not a Michelin chef. Yet, anyway. All right. And it's time to throw in our pasta from my friend Emilio di Vedella Pasta, tricolor. All right, it's been cooking for quite, I don't know, about 15 minutes. That is simmered down. Now we've got our tomatoes. Look at that, beautiful. I've started to flip a few of them. I'm using this just to kind of preserve the tenderness of them. Oh, perfect, look at that. That's exactly what I was going for. This browning flavor on the bottom of these. So I've taken this off the heat, and we'll put these aside on a tray because I need to use this to make up, that's right, a little bit of bacon. And they will be our accoutrements on our pasta. Into this pan, let's get some bacon. Get that onto the grill. And actually, while we're at it, let's get this garlic out. Garlic has done its job of infusing its flavor into the passata. So let's put it over here. All right, our pasta is ready. Our sauce is delicious. Our bacon is ready. So I'm going to add the bacon into our reduced passata. Mix that in. Now, let's get our pasta mixed in as well. Feeding 3 tonight, 3 hungry guests, so that'll be good. Let's get that mixed up. It's not obviously it's not a heavily sauce, but the sauce, because we reduced it, has an intensity of flavor to it. I just tried it. It's really beautiful. And of course, the bacon gives it a little pop. Very nice. A little bit more for my son Emmett. He likes a nice plate. Beautiful. And what we're going to do is take these and we're going to put them here. It's all about the intensity of flavor in this one. Simple, but the flavors are intense. Basil, and we're done. Voila. Enjoy.